Good afternoon everybody and welcome back to some more yogscast Compleat. Today we shall be going through the Tinker's Construct. So there are several things that we are going to need. The forge, I've done some mining as you can tell, all bits and pieces that I've found and collected, so pretty much filled 2 chests with lovely bits from the mines. Do I have any sticks? At the moment it is rather unorganised, so anyone that's got OCD out there will probably be going nuts right now, but that's how I do things, so all this will be organised properly in a sorting system eventually when we actually get round to doing that, but because everything's step by step it's not going to work that way. So there you go. Well, it's not going to work like that just yet. So what we're going to do today is build the first little bits and bobs that we're going to need for the Tinker's Construct. Then once we've done that, we are going to then move on to probably making some power. So we're going to make a redstone generator, smelt some iron down, etc., and show you how to do that. And that's pretty much it for today's episode, I should think. So we shall get on with it. Maybe something special, depending on how much time I've got. So, right. First of all, what we are going to need is sticks and wood. So, do I actually have any sticks? Organise this so I can see it better. No. Of course not. So, grab some sticks. And we're going to need to split them down and make some patterns. We're going to need quite a few of these. Like so. So 8 should do for now. Right, so what you do is there are several components. You put a pattern on top of a plank, which will give you a stencil table, which writes out your stencils. Then you make a chest, and you put a pattern on top of a chest, which will give you a pattern chest, which you can store all your patterns that you want inside it next to the next thing that we are going to make, which is a crafting table. That on top of it just turns it into a tool station, and that's where you create all your tools. And the next thing we need is a piece of wood, which if I don't have here, which I don't, I can always just go rob one from a tree, which is sweet because there should be there's one tree right here. I'll just take one piece of wood for now. I'll cut the rest of the tree down later. I've upgraded my house a little bit, made it look a little bit prettier with some flowers inside the windows and troughs using micro blocks. So you've got a bit of dirt there with some planks, or planks covers. No, sorry, covers even. Crap. Yeah, so they just give a nice little look. I'm going to build sort of like a forgery house off camera for that. So, unless you want to see me do it on camera, in which case leave a comment and I'll tally up the votes to see how many people want me to do it. Right, so the next thing we need is one of these, which will then make a part builder. It's completely different, so depending on what type of wood you use or metal block you use, you can change all these. So it may look a little bit weird, but your part builder puts all your parts together. So we are actually going to need a couple more patterns, and then once we've got them we can go to the forge and I can show you what's new about the forge. Now last time, there's a spider somewhere, oh he's up there, there's lava in it now, so as you can see there's no amount of lava in there. The more tanks you have, the more it'll store. This pane has got bigger. It now holds 9 more because I've upgraded this. So if I go and get some iron, is it? Well, I'm going to get multiple things. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need some iron. I'm going to need some gold. Redstone I don't need yet until I make it a furnace. I'm going to need some manganese. I've got some more iron there. Don't need any coal. Don't need any lead or copper. aluminium and, in fact I do need copper because I need aluminium and, where is it? Where's it gone? Where's my aluminium gone? I know it's in here somewhere. Where is it? Where's the aluminium gone? Or the bauxite even. There it is. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. So instead of making casts, which is what you use to make the more advanced tools, instead of using gold, which is the expensive option, you can make them with aluminium and bronze. So they will now smelt down. They've both got different smelting times. So while that's doing that, if I'm going to have, say, the walls, let's put all that stuff there. So I'm going to take all these bits and pieces. So there is an order to this as well. So if I'm going to have the walls 3 away so I can move around it. 3 away? Yeah. So I can actually move around it. Then we've got, the first thing we've got is a stencil table. Next thing you want is your pattern chest. Then you want your part builder. Then you want your tool station. Now your tool station is the last bit. This is where you actually create everything. This is where your parts go together. As you can see, the pattern chest is now attached. And then you have the stencil table, which creates patterns. So the first thing you're probably going to want is a tool rod. You're going to want a broadsword pattern. This is me personally. A wide guard. They are always the useful ones to start off with. A hammer will come a little bit later, so I'll make that a little bit later. So I'm also going to want a tool binding. Now as you can tell, there are loads of different patterns that you can use. There are the tough ones. These are all the more upgraded variants of the weapons. And that's about it. That's everything I need for now. So I can make a sword and I can make a pickaxe. Right, so if I get them and put them in the pattern chest, open this, they'll now appear there. So we've got everything we need to start building parts. Now, do I have any stone on me? No. So while these melt down, now you see the two have melted and become aluminum brass. So if I put one more aluminium in for now and go back to base, shut the door as I go in. I don't want to particularly be killed. I'm going to need some cobblestone because I'm going to need to make some bits and pieces. Where's that mini zombie? Boom. There we go. Do some damage to the mini zombie. Die. Right. So the first thing I want to do is, if I'm going to make casts, you can make tools from flint, you can make them from bone, you can make them from wood and stone, but they're not very good. You don't want any of them, because even at the beginning, we're past that now. So your material goes in this side, and then what you want goes in this side. So stone pickaxe head, and we'll make a stone wide guard. Take that out. Make a stone blade. So if I take that and put it in there, it's not enough. Do it that way and create a stone blade. Take that out, make the tool rod, as it only needs a shard. Make a tool binding. That is absolutely everything we are going to need. I'm going to take my stone back, take that shard, just keep it on me for a moment. So, next. This is a casting basin. You make that with an upside down U of seared bricks. This one is a casting table, which is an N of seared bricks, so it'll be the opposite way around. Then with these, which we have here, so we have 2 ingots, 4 ingots of molten copper. So I don't actually, is it more copper that I need to make more aluminum brass? I think it might be. But for now, in fact, I don't even need that much aluminum brass. Now the problem with this is it can turn into, because it's got metalgatory, I think that's how you pronounce it anyway, it's going to make a lot more different alloys of metal, so you've got to be careful what you put in. So at first, you just place your stone piece there, hit tap, and the fluid will pour and solidify, which makes a cast. So you can also put your casts in your pattern chest, so you know what you're doing. So let's make a cast of all of these. So now that I have these casts, it means that I can basically put in better metals, because without the casts, the wooden ones just won't cut it. Just won't cut it at all. So you need to make a cast of everything that you're going to make anything out of metal for. So if we just keep casting these, like so. I've already got the sword blade. I'm missing one cast, which is... no, I'm not. I've got them all. Right, so if I put all my casts in there, now this bit here is where you would actually make all your tools. There is a more advanced version of this, which I will show you in the next episode. I just need to melt down some iron and make some bricks, so I'll have to do that off camera. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to get, say, 6 iron, 6 manganese. Now those two are going to melt down and they will create steel. So once I've got the steel, I can use the casts. Don't know why I'm doing it that way, but I am. It should just that one just came down straight into my inventory. You can put the casts back. Now there are lots and lots and lots of different things. You get a book about your materials, which will tell you everything you need to know. So you've got your tools, what they do, and then it should tell you what... there we go. The abilities of absolutely all the weapons. So you can cycle through this book. Have a good read of it, because if you've never used this mod before, it is really useful to know. So you can make all sorts of different bits and pieces. Like paper. Paper adds more abilities to go on. Then you've got the emerald, which will give extra durability, the same as the diamond. The redstone increases its speed. Moss auto repairs, that smelts. So if you don't know how to make them, ball of moss is cobblestone. Blaze rod, that's a little bit more advanced as you need to go to the nether. Your lapis gives you luck and fortune. Nether quartz is sharpness, etc. So if you have a look through, you'll be able to see everything that you can possibly make. Now, I don't need this book because I know what I'm doing, but it's always handy for you guys if you're new to this mod to keep hold of it. Now we've almost got what we need. So what I'm going to do while that smelts is I'm going to go grab... ooh, hello. Where the hell did you come from, you little bugger? Die. That's better. Yeah, I'll got you burn. I need to grab an ingot. So if I get an ingot, I will be able to make one more cast, which is very, very useful. And while I still have the aluminum brass in there. So if I take that, pour that out. Now it's an ingot cast. Now, as you can see inside here, there are little bits that won't turn into blocks, because like any block, pretty much you need 9 of the item to actually turn it into a block. So if I just go like that, it means... oh, is that steel now? Yeah, I thought it might be. So what we'll do is we'll grab all of these. So that's steel ingot, just going to pop back in there. So now with this cast, we can cast all the bits and leftovers that are in the bottom, like all the dregs, so to speak, like the manganese. Oh no, that's aluminium, that one. I think manganese is the same colour. Then we've got the leftover copper, so it should be 2 leftover copper. Still got 2 copper left in there, I think, so you can always just check, but you can hover over it and check. So 114 millibuckets, which is what the MB stands for, is how much is left. So now I've just made those ingots from the steel, from the smeltery. So the smeltery doubles all your ores. There are better ways to do it, but this is a quick fire way of doing it, which is very, very easy and convenient. Plus it casts all your tools for you. So the first thing we're going to make is a sword. So steel is very good. It's one of the better materials. So if you can make it out of steel, then it should last quite long. I do not have paper at the moment to put any extra enchants on it, but you would use them as like the hilt or the middle piece of your sword. So we're going to make a completely steel sword, just for the purpose of example. So you've got 3 pieces that you're going to need. Nope, don't need a tool behind it. It's a tool rod that I want. So that has used hardly any steel at all. So we've got plenty of steel to make a pickaxe as well. It's brilliant. So actually, keep hold of them. Right, so we're going to make another steel tool rod, a pickaxe head, and a tool. Oh, come here. Tool binding. What I can do is just pop them back, so I can pick these up. Pop that back. Now, here's the fun bit. Actually making and creating your weapons. So as you can tell, each one you go over, it changes the recipe that you need for it. So like here, if I wanted to make a longsword, I was going to need the smaller guard that you see in the patterns, but I'm not. I'm going to make a broadsword. So with the steel that I've got the blade. Also tells you what you need here. The handle itself, and the steel wide guard, which would make me, yeah, everything there is steel, a broadsword, which is +5 attack damage, and if you hold down shift, CTRL for materials, so that's what you get with the steel tool rod. Reinforced, reinforced 2, stone bound, nope, I don't want that, I want steel. Yeah, so 4 hearts of attack, 3 remaining modifiers. Now these modifiers, what I can actually put onto it. So click up there when it turns blue, and I'm going to call this, what should I call it? Let's just call it Nova's Bane. Is Bane spelled with an A? No. Nova's Blade, we'll call it for now. I'm going to make a much better sword, so I will show you that in future episodes when I've got more materials. So we've got Nova's Blade, which is reinforced 2, durability 1170, we can improve that. Effective durability, we can improve that. Attack damage hearts, we can improve that. So it is actually 7 in attack damage, so that's pretty strong sword, almost as strong as diamond. But I actually believe it will probably do more than diamond, to be fair. So let's replace the quartz, and let's make a pickaxe as well. So we've got a steel pickaxe head, a steel binding, and a steel tool rod, which will make a pick. So it's got quite a high durability, which is good, because it's going to need it. So we'll call this Nova's Digger. There we go. So now we have replacement for iron and quartz tools. It's pretty cool. So this sword will do some pretty damn strong damage, which is amazing. Right, so what have we got left? We have 20 steel. So these casting basins can hold up to 9. If it's glass, it's 1, in which case you need to put sand in. For every 1 sand you get 1 glass. So this will eventually fill up, and when it fills up you will get a block of steel. So I can make 2 of them, considering how much I actually had, and as you can see it'll slowly go down. So I'll have like 2-3 possible ingots left, I should think. Looking at 2? Yeah, 2 ingots. So we'll take those blocks of steel. Now that is pretty much how you make and name weapons. So as an example, we shall go to the mines. Oh, we'll dig this stone. There we go, look at that, look how fast that mines. And that using hardly any durability whatsoever. And the sword, let's go tap this cow. Alright, it does 10 in damage, so that's a 1 shot. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So let's go test this on some actual materials. Now steel will mine pretty much anything. So we've got amber, which requires iron. Let's just take a little bit of that out. It doesn't look messy. What have we got here? We've got some more amber, got some saltpeter. I don't really need saltpeter. Continue going further down. Let's see what else. Oh, going into darkness there. Don't want to be doing that. Right, so let's get this coal. So that is already much quicker than a normal pickaxe. For sure, definitely quicker. So much more. Let's put this armor on actually. Much more efficient in the long run. So it's quicker and it's more efficient. So what I can do now is I can show you how to speed this up, because I have some lapis and I have some redstone. So to make this better, to make it faster, we shall go back up. Yep. And the bonus of having essentials, I could actually teleport, but I'm not going to. Oh, bloody hell. Fell off there. Come on. I haven't got enough food to run. I keep double tapping forward to think I can run, but I'm always hungry for some reason. No, my house is looking pretty nice now actually, with them flowers outside. Which is not going to look as nice with the fucking big massive factory that I'm pretty much going to build on top of that, with loads of chimneys coming out on top. But yeah, there you go. So get some redstone. Let's put some of these bits and pieces that I don't need back. Need to make some more chests for sure, I think. Most definitely. Right, so grab the lapis.